What's up, YouTube's PZTSN here. I have got an unboxing today that, for some reason, I am extremely excited about. It's nothing really that exciting, but I'm really just stoked about this, and I can't tell you why because I don't know why. I guess part of it is because it's actually somewhat falsely advertised. But it's falsely advertised in a positive way, in a good way. You might be wondering, how is that possible? You will soon see. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into it because this thing's been killing me, okay? And as you can see, and as you might be able to guess, this is Zippo related. It's not a lighter, it's a Zippo accessory, okay? And as you can see, I've got some Zippos here that we are going to try it out on, or try it out with. So anyways, what I have in here are what Zippo calls plastic display stands, okay? I've seen these used if you watch F1, Tardicius, whenever, I mean, he kind of stopped doing Zippo videos, but in some of the Zippo videos, he has the Zippo sitting up on little stands. That's what these are. Ever since I saw his little stands, I'm like, wow, those are really nifty, I kind of want one. So, yeah, I finally just went ahead and got one, because or actually I didn't get just one, I got 3 of them, because they're dirt cheap. They're like $3.14, I think, is what I paid on Amazon. So yeah, anyways, without further ado, let's just go ahead and crack into this. Okay, so here we go. I was actually expecting to get a brown box, but this works out good enough, I guess. Whatever, whoops. Come on. There. No, whatever. Who cares? I just want this thing to be opened. So, I should, I guess, just, here we go. Probably just, whatever, let's just cut it anyway. Notice that I have a bit of rust on my blade. Yeah, notice that. Like, good grief. Okay, I really have to replace this thing. I don't know if this is the second side on this blade I've used or not. But, yeah, it's clearly getting a little bit dull on me, but we got it. We got it. It's open. Alright, for some reason, like I said, I've been really stoked about these. Oh, I see one. Let's get this one out. Here it is. And yes, it is indeed falsely advertised right away. These are not plastic. These are metal, guys. These are metal. Listen. Here, let's take this. Here. Hear that? These are metal. These guys are metal. And it's got a plastic insert right here, which is what prevents the Zippo from getting scratched. And as one guy, actually as the only guy who made a review on Amazon did say, they are made in China. Which is a bit unfortunate, because it was made for a American company. Alright, so here's another one. Okay, here, let's scoot this out of the way. And here is yet another one. I've ordered 3 of them. Why 3 of them? I don't know. I don't know, it's just, I'll probably end up even getting even more in the future. It's just, right now I wanted to have, be able to display some of my favorite Zippos like this. We're going to see what I think about them and such like that. So anyways, yep, I have ordered 3 of them. I'm actually going to peel these stickers off because, let's just peel it off. And I was expecting them to be one of those small little golden ones, but this isn't coming up smoothly. I guess I'll wait and do that later. Whatever. Anyway, let's take a closer look at one. Alright, so here's a nice close-up shot of one of them. As you can see, it is made of metal. I've already demonstrated that here. Yep, it is made of metal. And it's very heavy. It is a little bit heavy. I could tell right when I pulled it out of the mailbox, it was like, yes, these things are indeed metal. Like that guy said, I could just tell. And as I was running up to the door, I heard them clinking around inside a little bit. Just kind of like, dink, dink, dink. And so, yeah, I mean, I could tell, yep, I've got the real deal here. Anyways, this one looks a little scratched up. I guess that's okay. I wonder if any of these other ones are. That one's not. That one's not. they're not too bad. This one just, I guess, got a little scuffed up and whatever, that's fine though. But yeah, as you can see, it's got the Zippo logo silk screened there. Hopefully that'll last long. And it's got this really curved design. I couldn't tell you what this is made of, but, you know, anyways. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and try one of these guys here out. We'll just try out that one. So, as you can see, I've got a bunch of Zippos back here. They do range in different, they're, you know, each a little bit different, but the first few are kind of the same just to sort of see what it looks like and such. But we have a few in here that we're going to see that Zippo says it won't work with and such, and we're going to see if that's true or not. So, anyways, without further ado, let's go and get into it. Okay, so this one here is the first one we're going to... Well, actually, let's try this one first. That was my original plan. This one here is the first one we're going to try. It's a high polished chrome. The reason why I'm trying this is because this is one that was used in the actual stock photo, which you may or may not be looking at. So, let's just try it out because... And this is supposed to be magnetic, so let's just drop this in. And there is indeed magnets in there, which is holding that in place, which is pretty cool. Now, it's a little slanted. Let's see if I can get that in there a little bit better. And I'm guessing that's how it fits in. I guess so. And if you look at it, it's, yeah, it fits pretty nicely. There you go. That's, the high polished chrome one. And there are magnets in here, in fact. I don't know if, they're not very strong magnets, but, you know, they are there to help keep it, make it go into place a little bit better, so... That's that one. Now let's try this one. The reason why I actually had this one, I was going to demonstrate this feature, this right here, because these actually have, if I move this out of the way a little bit, those actually can have this packaging is basically it doubles as a stand, a display stand. I was going to show that off, but never really have found a nice way to get into that. But anyways, let's try this one out. All right, and by the way, there's the satin finish. Compared to it. Now, I guess on camera it looks pretty similar, but it's definitely different. This is, if you have an iPod Nano 4th or 5th generation, even 6th generation, you know, one of the newer iPod Nanos, it's the same sort of finish as that. This kind of reminds me of the older iPod Nano finishes. It's kind of that. Anyway, you get the idea. You get the idea. But, and as you would expect, it does fit. Now, it is a snug fit. That's something I just noticed. I mean, it doesn't just pop in. It's not like a MagSafe connector on a MacBook or anything, like you just hold it up there and it just clicks in. No. It takes... You have to push it in a little bit. It doesn't just fall into place. As you can see, it's not seated correctly. You have to kind of help it down a little bit. So, there we go. But that's that one. Alright, so we'll just set this off to the side. Here's this one. This one's a Blueberry Matte Zippo. Let's try it out. Seems to fit nicely. Very nice indeed. Okay. Now this one is my Meadow Ice World. This one has a bit of a textury grip to it. So let's see if that causes any problems when inserting. Not really. It's actually pretty smooth at going in. So there's that one. Okay. Alright, I think now we're getting into the ones that I've been most intrigued about. This one here. Yeah, this one here actually has an emblem on it, but it has this design right here. It's actually open face. I was kind of expecting there to be a lip that would, you know, a lip on here that would, you know, I guess support the front of the Zippo, but it's actually completely open. So what I'm guessing is that this one will actually work. But let's just see. This has a pewter emblem on it. That's why I got it, because I wanted to make sure it would work. And it should, because of that open face design. So yeah, let's see. Does it tip out? Actually, no, it doesn't. Can I make? Yeah, if you shake it hard enough, it will tip out. But anyway, that's that one. Alright, now we're getting into the ones that I've been most intrigued about. This one is actually my Zippo bolted. I know you can't read that very well, but the thing about this is that it's an armor case, and Zippo says this does not work with armor Zippos. We're going to test that theory right now. I have a feeling, because of how snug of a fit this is, it probably won't fit. The thing you probably... Oh, hang on. And from what it looks like, it won't fit. Let's try a different one. And you might be wondering, dude, you're dancing that thing around in there. Remember, this is plastic. The actual... this black insert here is made of plastic. And as you can see, I'm not going to force it, but it will not fit. So you cannot use these Armor Zippos with the metal display cases, which kind of stinks if you were going to want to display your very nice... I don't know if Zippo makes these for armor case Zippos, but anyway, this will last one here. It's a 1941 replica. It has a bit of a different shape than your traditional lighter. If we compare it to a regular lighter, you will see that, this one's got rounded edges, this one's got flat edges, this one's got more rounded corners down here on the bottom, this one has nice flat bottoms. So, I don't know, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't work, but let's just see. And it doesn't work. Yeah, for a second there I thought it went in, but no, it actually does not fit. I guess it's a little bit wider than your traditional standard Zippo. Actually, I just now noticed this. If you look inside of here, maybe I'll have to get you macroed in on this, but the 1941 replica does not work. But let me show you this. Take a look at the inside here. It's rounded. See how it's kind of round? So, I'm assuming that's round like that to accommodate the round style of the Zippo lighter. Alright, so, in fact, if you look, yes, it seems to form-fit around that perfectly. So, yeah, it will not work with your Armor Zippos, and it will not work with your 1941 replicas. I was going to try my 1937 replica, but I kind of left that in the other room, and I can pretty much assume that it will work. So, anyway, that's basically it for that. So, at that, thank you for watching. Let's get that out of there. Thank you for watching, and adios.